Welcome to another exciting episode of Cars with Big Boy Trev. I am Big Boy Trev.
My name is Mirigi.
And today we have an amazing show. Wondering where to service your Volkswagen? Well, we're going to give you an in-depth review of how DTW manages the Volkswagen brand in as far as customer service is concerned. And what else, Mr. Mirigi?
Today we are going heavy commercial vehicles. Remember the Mitsubishi FH? We are looking now today at the Mitsubishi FI, the brand new heavy commercial vehicle from Simbacop. But first things first.
Let's check out the highlights of today's show. This week on Cars with Big Boy Trev, wondering where to take your Volkswagen for service? Well, look no further. We take you through the customer journey process at Volkswagen by DTW, show you how they diagnose your vehicle, and of course, give you value for money proposition as to why it is important for DTW to service your Volkswagen. And finally, we go all the way to Japan and sample Mitsubishi Fuso's brand new FI Truck. This and much more only on Cars with Big Boy Trev.
Hi guys, and welcome to Cars with Big Boy Trev maintenance segment. Today we are talking all things Volkswagen. After you bought the car, you need to be able to service it, make sure that it gives you service over its long entire life. And we have, of course, the official dealers for Volkswagen in Kenya, DTW, and I'm talking to Mr. Andrew Munyoa.
My name is Andrew Munyoa. I'm the Deputy Service Manager in DTW, and you're very welcome. You want to learn about your vehicle and DTW? Let's go.
Okay, so what are the advantages of somebody bringing their car here? Because now, when you talk about the official dealer, there has to be something that entails.
Right. First, when you bring your vehicle to DTW, we are the official franchise holders for Volkswagen. It means that when you come in here, you have a service history that you can depend on. You have a service history of the car that you have been bringing to DTW that is very useful in maintaining the value for your car even during the resale value. However, at the end of the day, DTW, being the official franchise holder, we give you professional service, we give you genuine parts, and at the end of the day, you get value for money.
So nowadays, I understand a lot of cars have something that's called like a digital service booklet.
Okay.
So maybe you can take us through what that entails now.
Right. When you bring your car in for service, we prefer that you do a booking so that we do not inconvenience you when you find a queue of customers. However, even if you walk in, it's all right as long as you're willing to wait. When you come in, our service advisors, who are the customer contact officers in DTW, they will engage you, they will look at your car, they will then take the chassis number, and Volkswagen have got an online portal with database of all the cars on production. So what happens is that irrespective of whether you bought your car from DTW or it's a direct import, once we log into the Volkswagen portal using your chassis number, we are able then, one, to generate a service and maintenance schedule that is specific to your car. We no longer have a standard manual way of looking at cars. We are guided by your car, the model, the mileage, and what particular make of your car it is. So that gives us an idea of what to look at in your car. So then once we generate that from the Volkswagen portal, the digital service booklet is where we then log in on the same portal, which is accessible worldwide, on what we've done on your car. So you do not lose history of your car, even if the car was in another country, or you transfer your car from Kenya to another country. The service history is now recorded live online by Volkswagen themselves. That's the digital service booklet. It gives us a platform to be able to engage your car, and we are able to check for what we call service recall campaigns, and we are able to check on any software updates on your car that can be due, and we will be able to inform the customer and tell them, look, your car, the engineers in the factory have come up with a software update that we will be able to load in your car to improve performance, fuel consumption, or customer comfort. And once we do that, we update your car, it behaves better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is just basically feedback that comes over the years. So they manufacture a car, it goes out into the market. Then when it comes for service, they realize, okay, it could be improved in 1, 2, 3, 4 things. And then that's an update that they push to everybody.
Correct. After the production of a car in the factory,
Yeah.
these cars are then sold to various markets worldwide. And research on the performance and behavior of that car is a continuous process. We also listen to customers and we are able to give back that information to the factory. Then the factory will be able to consolidate all that feedback, and they can decide, okay, for this particular market, because of temperature, dust, or stuff like that, we need to change the performance parameters of a car to suit the climate, to suit the needs of the client in this kind of market. So that kind of feedback is what we usually call the service campaigns, where we are able to update your software and get the car to give you better value for the location where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not hardware as such, because a lot of the time when people are thinking about service, it's always hardware. It's physical, tangible parts. But I think like now what you're saying is that the advantage of coming to the actual dealer is that you also get software updates.
Yes, we do give software updates that are live.
Yeah.
So this software update is flagged by the system that is Volkswagen managed. So we are able to do your software updates that is to the interest of the client for the sake of better value for the car and the longevity, comfort, fuel consumption, among other factors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think something else also people are usually concerned about is like how long does the service take? Do you have, for instance, like an express service? Like I can just drive in, get my car serviced, maybe have a cup of coffee, and then drive out?
Absolutely. There are some customers who have a need to just get the oil done because the service is due. We do have a section that we call express service, for lack of a better word. It's a place where the customers come in, no booking is required. We open at 7:30, first come, first serve basis. When you come in, depending with how many clients are in front of you, or if you're the first one, the car is serviced. You can be able to even physically have a look at what is happening on the car, but that is at our section called Express. Most of the times, those are jobs that are just quick lube service or some minor service. And at that particular point, the customer is able to wait for the car, drink a cup of coffee, enjoy the Wi-Fi in the company, and you're able to then get the car serviced and you pay and you go.
Hi guys, and welcome to Cars with Big Boy Trev. But today we're not talking cars, we are talking lorries. We are coming into the commercial sector because during this very difficult time, it was essential services that kept us moving and will keep us moving in the future. So I have with me over here the brand new Mitsubishi FI. This is coming to replace the FH, and we're going to take you through the exterior, the interior, the power, the carrying capacity, and every reason that you should consider this when you're starting your business or continuing the business once this is all over. Let's look at the outside, and we have, of course, now brilliant brand new design. It looks very nice. It's very powerful, very imposing, but looks are not the name of the game here. It's all about practicality. And if you can come with me over here, you'll notice that it has a bigger windshield, bigger side windows, more visibility for the driver when they're on the move. In addition to that, we have additional mirrors. So this car actually has 5. One on the top here, one on the bottom for the bottom, and there's one actually on the top of the windshield to make sure that somebody is able to see just right in front of the truck when they are maneuvering this around, because these are the last mile solution vehicles. These are the things that get straight to the shop, straight to the factory, straight to the work site to make sure that you're able to get your stuff in and around. But the biggest change that has happened between the FH and the FI lies in the heart of the beast. We now have a 4-liter turbocharged diesel engine mated to a 6-speed gearbox. So this means that it is all about efficiency. The second thing that has happened is that this lorry has a higher capacity, and to back that up, it is now rolling with air brakes. So it has air brakes, not the old hydraulic brake system that used to be there before, and there's been a lot of changes that are done to the chassis to incorporate a new suspension system. They actually have leaf springs, tapered leaf springs, of course, now in this system to allow it to have a higher carrying capacity. The FH used to have a capacity GVW of 9 tons. This has gone up to 12 tons. So ni gari ya kazi. No beating around the bush. This is all about getting your stuff around, making sure that it's done economically, and making sure that you can carry a lot more and do more with your business. So let's take it to Trevor, let him show you what it feels like to be inside at the helm of this beast.
So you've seen from the walk around, Mr. Miriga has shown you the subtle differences between the Mitsubishi FH and now this brand new Mitsubishi FI Truck. And I can tell you, the evolution of design has really come a long way. So what's so different with the cabin? So step inside, as you can see here, and you can see what Mitsubishi have done to ensure that this particular truck is very spacious and very comfortable for the occupants, especially for the driver who's delivering goods from point A to B over long distances. So what makes this cabin very different from the rest of the HUD? Let's start with the space. What they've done actually is to ensure that the dashboard has a forward design, so it sits further away from the driver to create an illusion of space. And that's something that you've seen with other car designs, as we've talked before on Cars with Big Boy Trev. So looking at the center console of this dashboard, you can see there's no touch screen. There's that basic stuff that you need to be comfortable when on the road. So you have a radio with an MP3 functionality and USB port and CD, so your driver can enjoy the tunes as he goes through his business. Obviously, when it comes to climate control, now it is standard in this particular FI. Remember the trucks of back in the day? You never used to have AC. It used to be a blower or just the window. So this one has been improved to ensure that there's maximum driver comfort at any given elevation or climate. So it works absolutely well. If it's in Mombasa, the AC will work perfectly well. If you're feeling cold in Limuru, the AC on the climate control will work to ensure that the driver is warm. And that makes a lot of difference. You can actually even defrost your windows and of course the side mirrors, which is very, very important. Right below it, as you know, trucks, practicality is the name of the game. So plenty of cubby holes and spaces. So you have space for your cell phone over here, as you can see. And of course you do have a 12-volt socket, which allows you to charge your other goodies, valuables within the truck. Obviously you do have plenty of space here. You can actually put some cards over there. You have a cubby hole over just on top. It's supposed to be an airbag unit, but there's plenty of space. And of course the glove box, which actually works fantastic. You can keep your valuables as safe. Not only that, you have space over here on the driver visor, so you can actually put some of your files here and your delivery books just to ensure that they are safe. And obviously, when it comes to sun visors, you have a wide and long sun visor to ensure that the sun doesn't peer into your eyes while driving during long distances, during sunset or sunrise. So it's very good and it's very agile, very important to ensure that there's driver safety involved. Now moving over to the instrument miracle, obviously Mitsubishi have gone the clear and precise way. The italics are very clear in a white and black background, and of course in between you do have the vehicle information system. It's monochrome, so it will give you the range, the temperature, and everything that is important. The service brake as well, and of course on the right hand side is the RPM, revolutions per minute, tachometer. It will tell you when to shift. Of course, it has different points to show you when to shift to the next gear. So it's very important. Actually, it's very intuitive, as you'd call it. Obviously, the steering is a 4-spoke steering. It's very comfortable, as you can see. On the left-hand side, you do have, the lighting system, so you can actually adjust your lights. The beams, fog lights, which comes as standard signal, and of course, the full beams. On the left-hand side, you have the control that actually it's a dual control. You can control the wipers, and of course, the engine brake, which you use to slow down the vehicle whenever necessary, whenever you need to. That's the primary source of braking for this particular car. Moving over to the gearbox console, there's a standard gearbox, 6-speed manual, feels very firm and very close, so you don't feel like you're going to struggle to get a gear. It's right here, so it's passenger comfort and driver comfort is very important. So you can actually adjust the gear very well. And of course, right here you do have plenty of cubby holes, more to keep your stuff here. You can keep your phone, your cell phone, you can even put some of your cards, and of course you have the service brake. Service brake basically is the handbrake, the parking brake. So it's minimal to ensure that there is no space occupied, and you can even keep stuff here. Obviously, right behind it is, you have 2 cup holders, so you can keep your drinks over long distances to ensure that you remain hydrated during the long distance. As you can see, Big Boy Trev is very comfortable. The seats are very comfortable. I can fit perfectly without any stress, and of course, even the passengers can feel the seats actually made with high density foam to ensure that you don't get tired. Lumbar support is fantastic. So both your back and your behind are very comfortable within this particular FI truck. And as you can see, even the pedals as well are well adjusted to ensure that you don't get tired during long distances. So you have a European style of pedals to ensure that you're able to control the vehicle very easily and of course enjoy the drive in this particular car. Well, that said, it's time to take this FI truck on the road and see how capable it is, how efficient it is, and of course give you value for money proposition only on Cars with Big Boy Trev.
Our experience is that quite a lot of cars will have a service and an extra item that is in need of repair.
Yeah.
So generally when it's a straight service, like I say, it's guided by the digital service booklet, DSB, that can be able to indicate these are the functions that you need to check on this car. However, our engineers or our technicians who are fully trained have a look and see if there are other areas that you may not have noticed, but we do notice and inform you. Look further to your oil change or whatever lube system that we are doing. We need to maybe check into your suspension system, check on something that is a leak underneath, and that can deviate the time of service, but we inform the client that it will take this long and these are the parts required, and we are possible even how much it will cost. But if it's a straight service, same day.
Okay. Do you offer accident repair services?
Yes, we do have a state-of-the-art body shop where we do accident repairs. We, of course, are in liaison with major insurance companies. We do professional paint job using state-of-the-art equipment. We use very, very high-quality paints. We do a lot of, do I call it what? Good quality work. And the feedback we have gotten from a lot of the customers is that it's been very gratifying to get the accident repair restored at DTW. So yes, we do have a body shop, accident repair shop, where we can be able to do accident repairs.
Okay, so that's now the body shop, and then obviously you're talking about authentic spare parts. Correct. And then trained technicians.
We do have trained staff. We do get a lot of training from the factory. It's been ongoing for long, and even during these times when we have COVID, there's a lot of e-learning, online training portals, Zoom sessions that are going on. Training is going on.
Okay.
Yep.
So people are keeping their skills up
completely
over time.
Completely, and we are monitored by the factory on the training that we are doing.
Okay.
Right. We are very, very good, reasonably priced, and we do have menu pricing system where customers can be able to have a look at the menu and see roughly how much a major service costs, a minor service costs. And like I say here, the digital service booklet is the one that guides us that what you're calling a major service at maybe 20,000 kilometers, the operations could be totally different from a major service at 60,000 kilometers. Yeah. So it becomes very difficult to have a one-size-fits-all. This is a major service.
Okay.
Right.
But for the minor service, you're saying there's actually a menu. There's very clear about
all the
what
services.
Okay.
All the services, there is a menu. That menu is derived from the digital service booklet, which is a Volkswagen portal containing the database of every single car. And they are the ones who tell us when the car is at this mileage, these are the operations you do. When the car is at this mileage, these are the operations you do. So the operations vary each service. And that is the beauty of it, because what we are doing is live. It is information that has been uploaded by the Volkswagen portal. Right. Okay. And then when we do the service, that information is captured again in the same Volkswagen portal, and it stays in that portal for good.
All right.
Depending, it doesn't matter which country you're in.
All right. Do you have any final words for our customers or the people who are watching the show?
Yes. Volkswagen, value for money. Volkswagen, way to go. Bring it. It doesn't matter whether you bought it in DTW, it doesn't matter whether it's a gray import. Just book with us, come in, enjoy the service, enjoy value for your car. Thank you.
So guys, today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, we're sampling the Mitsubishi FI. It is a successor to the much famous FH truck that has reigned supreme on the Kenyan roads for over 20 years. So what's so different about this particular truck as compared to the FH? Let's talk about efficiency. So Mitsubishi have actually downsized the engine. Now it actually has a 3.9 liter turbo diesel unit that produces 125 kilowatts or 170 horsepower. And of course, all that power is sent to the rear wheels courtesy of a 6-speed manual transmission. Did I mention the amount of torque? 525 Newton meters. That is enough torque to carry a vehicle that can actually hold 12 tons with ease. Now, efficiency is so important. Mitsubishi said that this particular car actually has better fuel efficiency. So on the FH, you do 4 kilometers to the liter, but this one you do 6 kilometers to the liter. So good efficiency and good range, of course. The tank is 200 liters. When it comes to safety, this particular FI has a lot of equipment to make it very safe for the driver. Now it has an S-cam dual circuit air brake system that actually modulates brake pressure to all the 4 wheels. And in case one circuit fails, there's a dual circuit, there's a redundancy. which makes this car very safe, and you're able to actually use enough brake pressure to stop this car to a halt. And obviously, apart from that, it's also built on the Mitsubishi Rise philosophy, where cabin safety is very important, so reinforced beams on the front and on the door, and of course on the pillars. And of course, the most important thing is the safety belt. In higher models, you probably get ABS as well. Up front, the suspension, it's an Ellison beam that allows you to actually have good steering, because this is the recirculating ball. And at the back, you have a rigid solid axle that allows you to carry heavy weight, and of course reinforced suspension. Tapered leaf springs come as standard in this particular car. Now, long distance, as you can see, the road is very wide, and I can see the vehicle actually has zero blind spots because of the 5 mirrors that are actually placed on strategic areas on the corners. So you're able to see all the corners quite easily without any stress, and that is so important in this day and age. Sitting position, very good long distance. As you can see, lumbar support, fantastic, because you're going to drive this truck from point A to B, carrying goods from point A to B, and it's so important. So how does it stack up with the rivals? The Isuzu FRR and many others are in the market. So stay tuned on Cars with Big Boy Trev. So guys, you've seen what the brand new Mitsubishi FI Truck can do. It's powerful, it's comfortable, can carry more, and it's more efficient than the predecessor. But Mr. Mirigi, it plays in an ecosystem where big trucks are the name of the game. Who are the key rivals, and what do you think about this particular Fuso truck?
Well, we have to start with the fact that this is playing in, like you're saying, that 10-ton truck.
Yes.
So something that's bigger than a Canter but smaller than a larger truck.
Yes.
These are the kind of trucks that connect the economy. These are the things that do what you call now last mile, bringing it from the factory to the shop itself.
Yes, yes.
This is the thing that you'll see outside at the back of the supermarket, at the shop, on a construction site. These are the things, this is the blood in the artery of the economy. It's trucks like this. So when I say trucks like this, obviously I'm talking about the Hino 500, which we've done in a show before, and we are looking, of course, now at the Isuzu FRR.
Wow, and how much does it cost on the road?
Well, prices for this, first of all, you have to start by remembering that the capacity is up from 9 tons to 12 tons.
Yes.
You have to remember that this is longer. It's no longer 4.5 meters. The wheelbase on this is 4.9. You have to remember that they have changed from hydraulic brakes to air brakes.
Yes.
They have changes they've done to the suspension at the back.
Yes.
So you're getting quite a lot for this truck when they're selling you the truck itself at 4.2 million shillings. And this, of course, now is coming with a Simba Corp guarantee.
Yes.
2 years, 100,000 kilometers, that's the warranty, whichever comes first.
And remember, you can rely on their massive network expansion that is in the country. So wherever you are, Kisumu, Mombasa, Nyeri, if you want to get yourself a Mitsubishi FI, well, don't hesitate to visit Simba Corporation. They'll be able to give you all the deals on wheels. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on Cars with Big Boy Trev. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure. If you have any questions, comments, or queries, do not hesitate to write to us as seen on the social media notes below. We'll get back to you next week. Well, signing out, this is Big Boy Trev.
This is Mirigi. Drive safe
and be safe.